Wait, whoa. Whoa, no. You can't do this to me, FromSoft. You can't do this to me. I'm not buying this fucking Switch 2. You can't make me. No. Stop it. Fuck. Damn it, I'm buying a Switch 2. Speaking of getting cooked, I'm getting cooked. We need to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. I've already watched this video. I am not going to go over every single thing in this hour-long video. I'm going to skim through it, talk about the stuff that I am personally interested in, give my perspective on things, and I hate to give it to Nintendo in any single way whatsoever. I am a certified Nintendo hater, at the very least, a certified Nintendo ambivalence-er, is that a word? I'm pretty ambivalent to the idea of Nintendo doing anything because they've scorned me so many times in the past. However, this unfortunately looks like it's going to be actually pretty okay as a console. So I've already seen like most of this stuff. We can kind of go through it at our own pace. Mario Kart, fine, sure, whatever. I'm very confused what the idea for this Mario Kart is. Is it supposed to be open world? I don't know. They're going to talk more about it later. Long story short, it's Mario Kart. It's cool. It'll be fun. 10 out of 10. Let's move on. They talked a lot about the hardware, and okay, dude, Nintendo just discovered that Discord exists, and they're like, can we do that, but worse? So now they have Discord, but worse, built into the console. I will say, if you want to watch this in full, the acting that they do in this ad part of Nintendo voice chat or whatever is very funny. It's very uncanny in a way, but also I get, like, they just had to do it this way. The one thing I do want to point out, this part made me want to throw up.
Turn on game screen sharing.
Screen sharing, I get why it has to be this way, but I almost puked. Look at the frame rate. Look at the frame rate of the screen share.
Screen sharing.
Good job. There we go.
This shit is 5 FPS.
Or expand another friend's game screen.
No, absolutely. Look at that. Imagine you're like, hey, I want to watch you play some games. Sure, load up my screen share. It'll be great. In concept, this is cool that it's built into the system. The screen sharing being 10 FPS, if not lower, pretty bad. Will this replace Discord for me if I'm playing games with my friends on the Nintendo Switch 2? Absolutely not. I would rather plug my Switch into a capture card and use my capture card to share my screen through Discord than ever use this shit. However, I am niche in that design because I am a streamer who has capture cards and et cetera, et cetera. For the average gamer, this will be fine, even though it's like this technology has existed for a long time. It's just that Nintendo is behind the curve, as always. They want to do it in their own family-friendly way, but slightly worse, and blah, blah, blah. I'm hating on this a lot. However, it's fine. Not my cup of tea. It's fine. Oh, the camera.
Hey, what's up?
This is the best it's going to look, by the way, because these are actors on a set with professional lighting. This is the best case scenario for this technology, and it looks like this. Nokia phone cam, bro, it's better. I think Nokia phones were better, TBH.
You can appear on screen and video chat while playing a game.
Absolutely not. I'm going to be honest with you. If any of you out there gets the Nintendo fucking spy cam, I'm not talking. We're not friends. I'm sorry. Somehow, some way, my friend is like, yo, I got the Nintendo camera, bro. Let's hop in voice chat. I am unfriending them. I am saying, nope, we are not friends anymore. I'm like, why? Why would you do this? Just bitch, hop on Discord. What are you doing? Why would you pay, presumably, it's going to be a separate price to buy that fucking camera or whatever. Why? Okay, I'm hating a lot. This is funny. I'm not going to lie. I get it. This aspect of it is actually kind of hype. I'm not going to lie. Being able to see your friend's face overlaid onto the gameplay as you're playing Mario Party to watch them get salty as fuck in the game. Okay, it's pretty good. I just wish the cameras weren't dog shit.
So you can experience all the
My brother in Christ, they put you in the contraption that turns you into 140p. Imagine you're hanging out with your friend in his like grimy ass, shitty ass room. I'm using a webcam that's like 1,000 times better, and my webcam's not even that good, right? And this is what the lighting in most people's rooms is gonna look like, right? Hold on, let me set this up. It's gonna look like this. Yo, what up, man? Yeah, I'm on the couch. Yeah, no, I just got home from work. Yeah, we playing Mario Kart. Oh, you can't see me?
game.
Anyways, this is fine. I think this is fine. I'm not going to use it.
Besides your own
But for kids that want to have ways to connect with their friends on Switch, this is fine.
anywhere.
Enjoy
I say
playing
kids, but I
online
also mean like
camera you saw
35-year-olds. They're basically kids as well. The other thing that they're doing is the game share thing. So this isn't new. Download play was a thing on the Nintendo DS in 2006. This is just download play. If you had a friend who had a game on their DS, you could enter download play to play multiplayer with that person, even if you didn't own the game. It would stream the game wirelessly. So apparently you could also do this online, though.
GameShare also supports online play with other Switch 2 systems.
There you go.
And you can use it with friends via game chat, which we showed earlier.
So this is the one aspect that I think is fine. Being able to do online sharing, online like download play. However, actually, hold on. Now that I think about it, how does this work? Are you live streaming is this like Steam? Where you like live stream your gameplay to them and then is it like streamed gameplay, or do they actually have you download a version of the game so you're playing it locally and then they communicate online? Ideally it's a temp download so that way you don't deal with like 10,000 million frames of like input lag and shitty compression, but they didn't explain it, so we don't know.
Games in greater detail on the 1080p screen.
I'm being a hater here. This is good. The 720p screen is terrible. 1080p is at least acceptable. However,
Compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail
oh, it's pixels.
on the 1080p
Oh, pixels.
screen.
Oh, pixels. It's like, look how pixelated this shit is. Now look how pixelated this shit is. It's barely different because the difference between 720p and 1080p, it's nice, but it's not that big of a deal. This is important. Up to 120 FPS, I think this is good.
Allowing for smoother gameplay in supported titles.
However, how many games are actually going to support it? Who knows? Anyways.
Both the left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls.
The mouse controls is a wait and see for me. It's either going to be actually pretty cool, the same way that the Wii Remote was actually pretty cool. Actually, no. I think that's revisionist history. The Wii Remote was actually ass. But in certain games, the pointer control with the IR sensor was actually pretty good. So I'm going to wait and see. This could be good. This is either going to be the gimmick that nobody uses, or actually you're like, dude, Metroid Prime, like, I can't believe I ever played this before using mouse mode. I'm kind of done talking about the actual system itself, because this is all just like fine. I feel like Nintendo doesn't want to screw over their current install base too much. So the backwards compatibility thing here is actually pretty important. I'm not gonna lie. This is one of those things where it's like Nintendo could have easily said, you have to rebuy all of your games again, because they've done it before. Nintendo loves making you rebuy all of their old games again. This time they are saying you don't have to rebuy all of your old games again, but there is a caveat, which we will get to later.
Game itself, exclusive to Nintendo Switch.
This is weird. This is basically like the tech demo type beat that every console has been including with their games, right? Yeah, Astro's Playroom. This is like their version of Astro's Playroom. But the thing that is weird about it
The fact
is
that they want to charge for this tech demo shit is dumb.
yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. You stole the words out of my mouth. Why are you making people pay for the thing that describes the thing that they just bought? Why would I spend presumably like $50 or $60 on a tech demo that explains the piece of hardware that I just bought? Wouldn't you want to bundle this in with the device that you just bought, so that way the people who bought your device feel better about it because they now understand how it works? Because this is not a thing you're going to go back and play over and over again. This is literally a tech demo that describes the device you just bought. It's an interactive user manual. Why would I pay for that shit? It blows my mind. This should just come with it because it's a value add to purchasing the product in the first place. You are not going to make a lot of money on this, Nintendo. Maybe they will. Maybe they will because everybody loves the Nintendo slop. But this, in my mind, should be free.
This sign reads,
Look at the gameplay. Look at the epic gameplay on your fucking tech demo you just bought. Where are the magnets? How the fuck do they work? I don't know. Game of the year 2025? Yeah, probably. This is probably better than Silksong, which we will get to. Okay, this is why I think the Joy-Con mouse might actually be kind of hype. And I'm holding out judgment.
The Joy-Con 2 controllers have mouse controls. And when combined with the gyroscopes, you can even do something like this.
That is something you cannot do with an actual mouse. The gyro allowing you to change the angle of what it is you are doing with the mouse. It gives you like an extra degree of motion. You get rotational motion alongside like up, down, left, right. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. And they immediately showcase a great use for it with the golf. Being able to have fine control of the angle and like the attack and stuff.
Aim for the cup by rotating the Joy-Con 2.
I'm going to hand it to them. They kind of cooked. because in my mind, I'm like, why would you need this? And then they showcase this, and I'm like, oh, that's why you would need it. Yeah, that actually, you know what? Actually, you got me, Nintendo. You got me.
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will launch as a paid digital game.
Paid digital only game. This shit better be $5 at most. That's all I'm saying. I would not pay more than $5 for this
Game on the same day as
In fact, I wouldn't pay $5 for this. I would watch somebody else go through it, I guess, as like maybe a novelty once, and I'd probably fall asleep halfway through unless I was ripping a giant fucking bong. I'd need to be high as shit.
Up next, it's Bowser Live.
So this is like,
where the livelier team wins.
who is this for?
Bowser will bring you on stage 2.
Who wants this? Children, maybe, I guess? But even then, like...
Hit blocks to collect.
They did this shit on the PS2 with the iToy. Look it up. Rule 34. This shit pisses me off. You want to know why?
Zelda Breath of the Wild and
Because my dumbass does not want to buy a Switch 2. However, I probably will, for a couple of reasons that I'll get into later. But because they already got me buying a Switch 2 because of something that we'll talk about later, I am now kind of maybe considering doing this, and I hate that I'm saying that out loud.
The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Because these games are actually really good. The thing that's holding them back is that they are on a dogshit system designed with like 2013 phone components inside of it, so they run at like 2 FPS. When explosions are happening, the game literally just runs at 2 FPS. But, god damn it, does this shit look nice.
Feature enhanced resolution and frame rates, which makes the image more vibrant.
Oh, god damn it, dude.
You can play with
Fuck,
smoother,
these games are so
higher
good.
definition.
What's the Connor Eats Pants tweet? Nintendo is like your racist aunt that bakes fire-ass cookies. It's like, I don't agree with their decision-making process as a company. Granted, there are worse companies out there, by a lot. I just personally like hating on Nintendo because they are a little bit weird, and it's fun to talk about things that are a little bit out there that are a little bit more weird. Because, like, I'm not ranting on Microsoft because my ass is never buying an Xbox. The reason I'm ranting about Nintendo products is because these motherfuckers are making things, their cookies are so good, but they're racist. I'm just mad that they're gonna make me rebuy these fucking games or pay for upgrades so I could play them at fucking 60 FPS, man. This is fine. I don't really care. Does this give like live updates to you? This is the one thing that I think could be actually interesting and something that I don't know if it already exists for other games. It looks like it based off of this symbol up here. It seems like it's transferring data between your console and the app. So this is like a live map that you can pull up on your phone to give you info about the game. That's actually kind of cool.
Guidance.
Imagine you're doing a fucking 100% speedrun and your ass is like, oh fuck, I forgot a Korok seed. Let me pull up the app. Dude, app-assisted speedruns? Oh no, dude. The leaderboards are gonna be, oh no, the leaderboards are gonna, oh, I feel so bad for the moderators, dude. Oh, I'm sorry, did you use the app? Sorry, that's a different category. Who cares? But it's an updated live map. It clearly it augments the gameplay. That's like pulling data out of your game using external tools to feed you information about like your, like if I was doing a speedrun in Soten and I had like the memory values up on screen, that's also not allowed because that's additional information that's only being provided by an external tool. It's the same thing, but it's using like an official app. That's the only difference. Detailed notes do that shit too. Notes are different. You have to create your own notes and they don't tie into the video. They don't feed information from the game. It is notes that you had pre-prepared. This is pulling information out of the game and feeding you new information on a separate device. It's different. It's basically like using an external tracker, yes, but external trackers usually aren't allowed in official speedruns. That shit only matters for all Koroks. Yes, but that's still an edge case that you have to be prepared for if you're a leaderboard moderator. Think of the moderators, man. It is unpaid work that you are sitting there scrolling through hours of footage to make sure that your fucking leaderboard is accurate so that way your community has a sense of knowing what it's doing. I'm just saying, you have to be prepared for this shit. EB rant mode. I will say this there's a reason I'm talking about this today because I have a lot of thoughts.
We hope these features will make your adventures even
Fuck you,
more
Nintendo, and your racist-ass cookies. Because I'm going to buy this shit, and I'm going to feel bad about it. I never played this game, but I'm sure it's good.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
So far, my hype meter is at like a 0.6 out of 10 when I'm watching this earlier this morning, where I'm like, okay, this is actually nice, but ideally, like, emulators were able to do this before, like, on launch for these games.
Story takes this chain forward.
New Kirby content from a game I didn't play, but looks interesting.
We'll have both a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
So the question I have here is they don't explain if they're going to be live on the same day. Because this shit is coming out in like a month. So like, are we getting Prime 4 for both versions at the same time? Or is like Prime 4 going to be available like 2 weeks early on Switch, and then the Switch 2 edition is going to come out like 2 weeks later? We don't know.
Mouse controls for intuitive gameplay on Switch 2.
Also, if you guys didn't know, there was a lot of rumors, like mostly confirmed rumors, that a big chunk of the dev team and art direction team and the people who worked on Halo Infinite, who all got laid off after Microsoft made the game, lost $10 billion, $100 billion, and said, fuck you guys, you're out. They all moved to Nintendo to work on Prime 4. And it is obvious that the fucking Halo devs are working on this game, because if you just look at the scenery and the alien designs, this shit is Halo. I'm sorry. Metroid Prime 4 is Halo 7. It is just fucking Halo.
Standard controls. You can
And I'm not complaining, because I fucking love Halo.
use mouse controls for intuitive gameplay on Switch 2. Plus, you can explore the immersive world in 4K at 60 frames per second, or enjoy smoother action in full HD at 120 frames.
I'm going to be honest, did you guys notice a difference at all? Granted, you guys are seeing a live stream version of this. Like, I recommend watching this on your own monitors at whatever highest frame rate / performance that you have on your monitors. Did you notice a difference? Because I didn't.
Or enjoy smoother action in full HD at 120
I think the textures are maybe a little bit blurrier, but if that's the case, my ass is playing in 120 FPS.
Pokemon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to
It's crazy that they have an enhanced version of Pokemon Legends ZA, but it still kind of looks like ass, though. It looks way better than Sword and Shield, and it looks a lot better than, what is the other one? Scarlet Violet, yeah. It looks a million times better than those games already, but it still looks kind of ass, though, because these are just flat textures on these buildings. It's just flat textures. These aren't modeled out. Like, this is meant to be like a railing, right? But it's just a flat painted on texture. I think the thing about the Switch 2, honestly, is just the frame rate difference. Because, like, Nintendo is not one to push high fidelity outside of, like, their artistic vision within their games. Like, their artistic vision and their artistic design is so strong that high fidelity graphics doesn't actually matter that much. The thing that was holding the Switch back was frame rate. The entire time is feeling like you're going to throw up because the frame rate is at 20 FPS for these games.
in Lumio City with enhanced resolution.
This would not have been on the 360 because it would have ran at 10 FPS on the 360. I will hand them that. If they get these games running at 60 FPS, solid 60 FPS, that is a win, unfortunately. It sucks that we're in 2025 begging for 60 FPS from Nintendo, but at least we're here now. What is this? Oh, the fact that they made Wheelchair Rocket League, I guess, is kind of cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this looks fun, but I don't have enough desk space for this shit. I'm gonna be honest. You're not gonna catch me playing this anywhere, right? And also, how the fuck do you play this in handheld mode? You don't, right? Unless you like set it up on a table and then you're like doing this shit in public. You can't play this on the train. You can't. That's like half of the reason you want. That is actually, now that I'm thinking about it, a huge like cognitive dissonance that exists within the system itself, because they have this mouse, but it's a portable system. How do you mouse on a portable system? Play on your knees. You son of a bitch, you thought of everything, didn't you? Do you guys work at Nintendo? Hold on. So if you need to play on your knees, right? But you're playing this on the train, are they going to have like a neck strap? There's like a harness around your neck so you can play hands-free. So I'm saying Nintendo needs like a neck strap so you can be doing this shit on the train. I keep saying on the train as if trains exist in the United States. They don't. I wish we had trains. I know Japan got trains though.
In Drag and Drive, you'll use both Joy-Con 2 controllers as mice to intuitively pull
Drag and Drive these nuts. Anyways, game looks fun. This looks like shit, and I get it because this game runs like shit on like Xbox One and PS4. My ass needed a 3080 to play this game at 60 FPS. Yeah, the frame rate looks rough. The textures look rough. You can tell that this is a lower powered system playing this game, but I'm not gonna buy this, but I think it is good that Nintendo fans that are like, I only buy the newest Nintendo console and I don't own anything else, them getting access to Elden Ring is a good thing because Elden Ring is one of the greatest games ever made, so that's fine. And I'm gonna be honest here, here. Hades, that's fine. We expected Hades to be here. Street Fighter 6, that's fine. We kind of expected Street. Amiibo. Capcom's like, fuck it, we're bringing back Amiibo. This is we didn't hear shit about Amiibo from Nintendo, but Capcom's like, we need the Amiibo money, please. So make sure Amiibo works on your fucking next console, please. Thank you. Does anyone know what this is? By the way,
children, bring hope to our lives.
I feel like I've seen this revealed somewhere else before, but I'm gonna be honest, it feels kind of like anime mecha slop. That like maybe this is the greatest game of all time. This is probably a good game, but specific like anime inflections in voice acting turned me off completely. So as soon as this shit started and I heard, "Thanks for the warm welcome," I'm out. I'm sorry, I'm out. It's too try-hard anime for my liking.
Hope to our lives.
And I can handle try-hard anime if the game is good enough. And this game might be good enough, but they unfortunately caught me at a wrong time. This game already exists, it's already been out, and I don't care. I don't care about sports games, we move on. We don't care about Harry Potter, we move on. Tony Hawk. The issue is I don't know if this is a new game or if this game already exists, and I just don't know about it because I don't know shit about what's going on in Tony Hawk world. So this shit's old. Could have fooled me. I didn't know.
We are bringing our flagship title.
Hitman's cool. If there's new content in that version, that's fine. Also, yeah, they're making the Bond game. The Hitman devs making a James Bond game is, in and of itself, an interesting idea, and I hope it goes well.
The world's favorite.
I've never met anyone who has played Hitman. Those games are pretty popular. They're not like the biggest games on the planet, but like they're pretty popular. I'm gonna be honest, this cutscene is sus as fuck. I saw this shit and I'm like, Nintendo, you can't be showing this. You're a family company. That girl, I don't know how old she is. And JRPG, you gotta have them. It's a Nintendo Direct. You gotta have your JRPGs. It's not even a new one. It's an old one. Yakuza 0, I feel like I've seen this game released like 12,000 times. So it's hard for me to be excited. So again, we're what, 66% done with this Direct. My hype meter is at like a 1 out of 10 still. Elden Ring made it blip up for a second, and then I realized how bad it looked, and then it went back down. So everything at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep watching because you don't really know what it is that's going on here. And then I was like, oh shit, new Zelda game? Wait, hold on. And it's going to continue the story from Tears of the Kingdom? Hold on, this might actually be kind of good. Right here, I'm like, oh shit, this looks... Oh, you get to play as Zelda this time? Wait a minute, this could actually be pretty good. And then I saw this. Beat it again by fucking Hyrule Warriors, man. How many times? How many times? Again, it's fine. Yeah, Dynasty Warriors X Hyrule or fucking Zelda has been going on for a while. This is fine. If you're a fan of this, I'm not saying anything bad about you. I understand liking these types of games. They're just not for me. That's fine. I personally would have been excited for a new Zelda experience that was similar to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Like if they were cooking up another Tears of the Kingdom Part 2 or whatever, because they didn't make DLC for the fucking game. So I'm thinking, oh shit, they weren't making DLC. They were cooking up a new fucking game. And then it's just this, and I'm like, fine, whatever. I'm sure the fans are happy.
Take a look at this.
My hype meter goes up to a 2 as soon as I see this logo, by the way. Because I'm like, no fucking way. They're putting Melee on the Switch 2, the most important GameCube game to ever release. They're acknowledging Melee. It's happening, guys. There's no way they're releasing GameCube games without fucking Melee, one of the most important fucking GameCube games of all time. And then I see this shit and I'm like, wait a minute. Where the fuck is Wind Waker HD?
It's like a cartoon come to life through cell shading.
Like, I'm happy people are able to play Wind Waker. Wind Waker is a fantastic game. Where the fuck is Wind Waker HD? That game is locked on the fucking Wii U, man. Let him out. Let him out. Let him be free.
Up to 4 can play together locally or online.
This is one of those things that's like, yeah, this is actually going to be kind of fun. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I could just boot up Dolphin and then do the Dolphin multiplayer, but like, this is obviously way more convenient. But here I'm like, oh baby, let's see Melee. Melee's going to show up any second now. They got fucking Chibi Robo on this shit. Of course Melee's showing up. Melee? Never mind.
The same day as the hardware's release.
They're never releasing Melee ever again. They want that shit buried in a fucking bunker under 10,000 gigatons of nuclear waste. However, Pokemon Coliseum and XD is actually a huge W because those games are expensive as fuck. These are like $300 games to buy them used. So actually being able to play them again is pretty nice outside of emulation, obviously.
Or Nintendo from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
system
yeah.
shown here.
Yeah. This, as of right now, how many fucking Deltarune chapters are publicly available? It's just 1 and 2, right? So this is the announcement that Deltarune's done. It's finished, and we're actually going to get to play it after 12 years. Nintendo owns Toby Fox's soul. Is that true? I don't think that's true. Because I played Chapter 1, never played Chapter 2, because I was like, okay, Chapter 1 was fun, but it didn't feel very fulfilling to play through. I'm going to wait for the full game. That was like 5 years ago. So we finally get to play fucking Deltarune. And I personally am kind of excited. I'm not going to lie. If anything, we're getting new Toby Fox music, which is just a W for humankind. It's just a W for humanity. I don't care what you think about Toby Fox's video games. Dude has a unreal ability to make video game music that fills you with emotion. You have to have no pulse, no heart, no soul to not tear up listening to fucking Hopes and Dreams, okay?
Hi, I'm Dave Crooks from...
My hype meter at this point, by the way, just jumped up to a 5 out of 10. As soon as I saw this, because I'm like, oh shit. Enter the Gungeon?
Here's the first look at Enter the Gungeon 2.
Enter the Gungeon 2? Oh my god, is this like a CGI cutscene before you start the game? What is this? He sounds also so tired, the guy announcing it.
Here's the first look at Enter the Gungeon 2. Dodge countless bullets and aim for the Gungeon's depths in our roguelike shooter sequel. Now reloaded in a new 3D art style.
Why does every indie title make a fantastic pixel art, beautiful indie game and say, sequel, we're moving to 3D graphics because it's cheaper to make? It looks bad! Stop it! We loved the original because of the way it looked and the way that it felt and the heart surrounding it. It looks like ass, my god. I love Enter the Gungeon. It's one of my favorite roguelikes of all time. Pixel art is hard. I don't care, god damn it. I'll pay $50 for a new Gungeon. I'll do it. I'll pay $60. I don't give a shit. Make the game look good. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Intergrade, Retrograde, Moon Waxing, Eclipse version 5.9. Yep, we got it. The way Sephiroth looks at me, man. This is how they keep selling these fucking games. Why they put so much detail into his beautiful green eyes? Oh, it's the Mako. That's why. Yeah, you're right. And then they were showing this shit off, and they're like, okay, so this is the part of the direct where they just quickly showcase games that are like not that important throughout, like, you know, it's like, hey, these are coming. You might be excited for these, but we're just gonna run through them real quick. I don't know what this is, but it's a Capcom action RPG or something, like action co-op beat 'em up type thing. And then I saw this, and I saw 2025, and I said, Cap. Nope. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 7 times, motherfucker, Team Cherry. 2025, it's totally happening, guys. Bullshit. Yeah, no month, no date, nothing. This is the same exact shit that happened during the Microsoft announcement. All of these games showcased today are going to be available in 2024, I think is exactly what they said. I remember reacting to that announcement and saying, I don't think Silksong is coming out. And everybody in the comments is like, no, they said it. They said it's coming out. It's coming out in 2024. They said it. They wouldn't lie. They're not allowed to go on the internet and just lie. The reason why I don't believe Silksong is actually coming out, by the way, is because it's being showcased here. This is literally tinfoil hat is coming on. Team Cherry, they didn't want to sit down with Nintendo and showcase the game or talk about the game being released this year for their big upcoming console because they have nothing to show. And Nintendo is like, we need to show Hollow Knight in this trailer right now, or else everyone is going to fill the comments with no Silksong, no Silksong, no Silksong, no Silksong, right? So they're like, fuck it, throw Silksong in there somewhere, even if it's a lie. So they shut the fuck up. And you want to know what happened? It didn't work. This shit is still full of dislikes. I genuinely think this only is in here not to actually announce that Silksong has a release date of 2025. It is so people shut the fuck up in the comments about where's Silksong. Good direct, except no Silksong, therefore dislike, therefore rant about it on the internet, right? The fact that it's being thrown in like very quickly into this, like, not showcasing any new gameplay footage. This is from the original like announcement / reveal from like 2 years ago, right? This is not new footage at all. Actually, I think that's new footage. That might be new footage. That's not. They show 3 clips of the game, one of which might be new footage, but I don't remember. Makes me feel like if they had anything else to show, Nintendo would be like, we will pay you $10 gajillion to show up in front of a green screen and say, hey guys, it's blah, blah, blah at Team Cherry. And we're here to announce we finally have a release date for Silksong. And it's going to be revealed right here, right now. Because they didn't do that shit, it makes me feel like they're not ready yet. But Nintendo was like, motherfuckers, give us something. Give us something or else we're not letting you release it on Switch 2. I think Nintendo strong-armed them into showing literally something. So they sent one new gameplay clip and that's it. And said, fuck it, 2025. We can lie and say, I'm sorry, we're delaying the game again. Because that is exactly what is going to happen. Mark my words, it is not releasing 2025. They are delaying that shit again. And if I'm wrong, I'll buy 5 copies of the game and give them away or something. I don't care. I'm calling it now. And if I'm right, then I get to feel smug about it.
We've shown a lot of games so far.
So I saw Silksong and I saw that they only showed 3 clips, one of which might be new, I think. And it was part of the slop wheel of like, new game, showcasing new game. At this point, my hype meter is at a 1.1 out of 10.
The next game will be the last from our publishing and development partners.
Last game, what could it possibly be to like make me actually give a shit about this fucking direct? There's not much. And then I see this shot and I'm like, is this Resident Evil? And then I listen to the music. Listen to the fucking music. Those 2 notes alone, I'm like, holy fuck, this is FromSoft. That is the most FromSoft string hit of all time. I'm like, that sounds like Elden Ring. Hold on. Oh shit, this is definitely their game engine. I'm like, wait, whoa. Whoa, no. You can't do this to me, FromSoft. You can't do this to me. I'm not buying this fucking Switch 2. You can't make me.
I give you my blood.
And as soon as I heard that shit, I'm like, no. Stop it. Fuck. Damn it, I'm buying a Switch 2. Those are FromSoft hands for sure. Miyazaki handcrafted that woman's hands for sure. Perfect manicure, smooth ass skin. That is a Miyazaki hand if I've ever seen one.
And transport him.
They're way too shiny, by the way. Yes, because Miyazaki has these idealized... It's fine. I won't get into psychoanalyzing Miyazaki's fucking like appendage fetishes, but understand it's on purpose.
Moonlight.
I saw that shit and I'm like, that's not Bloodborne, but this shit is Bloodborne. That's the most Bloodborne looking fucking thing. They already talked about blood. This is Bloodborne. What? I'm like, this can't be Bloodborne because this is not a PlayStation Direct, but this is Bloodborne. This is obviously FromSoft, and this is obviously Bloodborne.
To humanity's very dusk.
They're saying cryptic lines like humanity's very dusk. Like, this is obviously FromSoft. Like, my hype meter is maxed out. It is 10 out of 10 at this point. My heart rate, when I saw this, went from like maybe 40 BPM. I'm basically comatose dying. I'm at 160 right now. My heart is fucking racing. I'm at the edge. I'm literally on the edge of my seat. I see FromSoftware. I'm like, I know this is FromSoftware, but what the fuck is this FromSoft? I see this shit and I'm like, dog, no, you can't just make Bloodborne. You can't do it. Steampunk Bloodborne. Oh. It doesn't look amazing. I'm going to be honest. The textures look a little rough. However, FromSoft has always been, like, they have been at the peak of utilizing, quote unquote, like worse graphics, but having such a strong art direction that I don't give a shit that there's like anti-aliasing going on this fucking like pillar or whatever. Look at this shit, man. It's fucking beautiful. Oh, he's so cool. Fuck. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, shit. I had to buy it. Fuck you, FromSoft. Fuck. Oh, you're going to make me buy a Switch 2 in a fucking $80 game. And then I saw this shit and I'm like, bro, it's the new Onion Knight suit. It's fucking, they're too good. They need to be nerfed. Why are they so good at making armor and making characters and making art that just speaks? It speaks to your soul, your dark soul. And he has a fucking jetpack, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed a little bit when I saw this because it looks a little silly. I'm not gonna lie. This shit is actually really silly. But that's the thing about FromSoft, man. They hook you in with this idealized version of like fucking grime and dirt and evil and difficulty. And then they throw this shit in to make you laugh. to make you laugh at how absurd it all is. You're dying over and over again to a fucking like frog that spits out poison that instantly kills you. Meanwhile, in the distance, you see this guy with a fucking jetpack who looks like he came out of Fallout New Vegas. It's peak. I'm sorry, it's peak. I'm sorry. This shit is so funny. And then they hit you with this shit. They hit you with this shit. And then they hit you with this shit, bro. Oh. And then they remind you, yeah, it's a silly game, but also there's fucking eldritch nightmares that are gonna haunt you in your fucking sleep, bro. Oh, it's so fucking... And then they hit you with the fucking Assassin's Creed jump off from a high place and say, fuck you. And then I saw this shit and I'm like, first of all, guns. Gun on his back. Second of all, are we playing as a fucking vampire? You can't do this to me, FromSoft. You can't make a Vampire Souls game. You can't do it and not expect me to buy it. I love him. This is the most demonic, evil, disgusting looking creature they've made yet, and I fucking love him. Why does he have titties? Who knows? Dude. Oh. Oh.
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
I pray.
My man just fucking double jumped.
As befits the soon.
Oh, he's coming! And pulled out the fucking fucking rat-a-tat. Oh, Busty Frog Demon, I'm sold. Same Virgil, thank you very much. He's fucking, Berserk? Did you know that Miyazaki is a big fan of the anime series Berserk? Or sorry, the manga series. My bad. I fucking flubbed it. But Berserk?
You are able, carrier of blood.
Is that an NPC or is that us? That's an NPC. Is that us? That's us. We get to turn into a fucking T-Rex, bro. I don't know how else to describe. My hype meter has broken. The entirety of this direct thus far has been me saying, yeah, I'm glad Nintendo is moving closer to the right direction, but nothing about this gets me actually excited for playing anything on the Switch 2. There's nothing on the Switch 2 that makes me want to play it. That's fine. And then I see this shit. My heart is being torn out of my chest by Miyazaki himself. And I'm just being forced to look at it. And all of the things that I love. And all the things I desire in this world. And they're all being shown to me. But the only way to achieve it is to sell my soul and buy a Switch 2!
And one alone.
Dude, how the fuck do they make a guy with a stupid ass thing on his head wearing fucking pajamas into the coolest guy to ever exist? By all metrics of what is cool, this guy should be lame as fuck. But look at his aura, dude. It's a guy, he's wearing a fucking condom on his head and he's wearing pajamas. And he's fucking epic as shit. He's lame as fuck. Look at the aura, bro. Nah. Because that's the thing. FromSoft is able to give you this, the stupidest looking man of all time. You know his boss fight, he is going to fuck you up for hours and hours and hours. And you're going to understand and glean a certain respect and like weight and importance onto this character because of it. And on top of that, the additional lore that they build up behind it. And meanwhile, he's a guy in his fucking pajamas. Not even T-posing, loser next. All right, bro. Fair enough. That is Melania. This is Melania. I'm telling you, this is Melania 3. This is going to be the guy that everybody complains about on forums. That is like, FromSoft did it again. The game's too hard. Oh, we need an easy difficulty. Have you played Pajama Sam keeps killing me? Do we have any strats against Pajama Sam's unblockable overhead 360 dunk grab attack? Bro, I need 10 ways to beat Pajama Sam's unblockable grab attack. I'm telling you, I've already seen the future. What's up, boys? It's your boy here, telling you to, watch out for Pajama Sam's grab attack. 10 ways to watch out for Pajama Sam's grab attack. And then they showed this guy. He's a fucking rat with wings, and he's cute. Thankfully, this says 2026, which means I don't need to buy a Switch 2 on launch, which is nice for me because if you guys remember the Switch 1's launch, the launch Switches were full of manufacturing errors. They would brick, they would crash, they would break, the screens would break just by sliding them in and out of the dock. So I'm gonna wait a year before buying one of these to make sure they iron out all of the kinks. And then they said this shit. And then they said this shit. FromSoft, what the fuck, man? Only available on Switch 2? Why do you keep making console exclusives with all of your coolest shit on it? Fuck. They said, hey, we don't have the rights to Bloodborne anymore, so we're gonna make, what the fuck did they call this shit? The Dusk Bloods. Basically saying, hey, it's not Bloodborne. Sony, you can't sue us. This isn't Bloodborne. But also it's gonna be another console exclusive. Fuck you, PC users. Ah! I hate it. I fucking hate it, and I'm going to buy it.
Where, for it is PvP, not PvP, not PvP.
It's PvP VE? Wait, what? This shit is forced co-op? Is what you're telling me?
What you just saw was a brand new game by FromSoftware.
Player versus environment. I'm gonna let him cook. Miyazaki made this shit. I'm gonna let him cook.
Be publishing a creator's voice article where the game's director, Hidetaka Miyazaki, will share more details about the game.
We'll wait and see. I'm gonna let Miyazaki cook on this one. And then this happened.
Please take a look at this.
And I'm gonna be 100%, 1000%, million% honest with you guys. I saw this shit, and immediately, my hype is at like a mixed out of 10 because I'm very excited to play a new FromSoft game, but also it's only on Switch 2, which makes me a little bit sad. But I knew that going into it because it's a Switch announcement. Because my heart is already breaking, thinking like, fuck, I have to buy a Switch 2. Oh god, I have to buy a Switch 2. And then I see this shit, and I'm like, that's the Warp Star, that's Kirby. The way he's riding it, is this Kirby Air Ride? Or is this just a new Kirby game? Because my brain, anytime I think of Kirby riding this fucking thing, I think of Kirby Air Ride. But Kirby is on the Warp Star all the time, just normally, right? And I'm like, okay, cute Kirby thing. Nothing to really see going on here. And I'm like, okay, it's fucking Kirby Air Ride. You got me. I'm back in. I'm back in. I'm back on the fucking hype train. God damn it. I didn't want to like the Switch 2. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am a Switch fucking hater. And they hit me with this shit. And I'm like, okay, is this a remaster or is it a new game? If it's a remaster, I'm out. If it's a new game, I'm in. It better not be a remaster. And I'm like, okay, if it says remaster after this, I'm over. And then I saw that and I'm like, okay, there we go. New game. I'm in. Fuck it. You got me. And then they dropped this shit. And I'm like, his ass quit making Smash Bros. Games and said, y'all been fucking around with my character, my OC, my OG, Kirby? I'll show you how to make a fucking Kirby game. It's going to be good, unfortunately. I don't want to give it to Sakurai, but unfortunately, he makes good games.
Kirby.
He is like the peak tier list when it comes to racist grandma who bakes really good cookies, where he's not the most racist, but the cookies are so, oh, bro, he knows exactly how to make them, man.
We hope you're looking forward to Kirby Air Riders.
I am.
Directed by Masahiro Sakurai.
I hate fuck you, Nintendo. I'm very excited to look forward to this, yes.
Next is our last trailer for today. Please take a look.
And then I saw this shit, and I'm like, Banjo-Kazooie? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I know Microsoft is trying to work with Switch. I'm like, no, this looks a lot more like Mario Odyssey. This looks a lot like Mario Odyssey. And then I remembered there was the rumors of the Mario Odyssey devs working on a Donkey Kong game. And then as soon as I think it switches here, I'm like, oh, it's Donkey Kong. So that game never got canceled. Spoilers, it's Donkey Kong. Meh, that's kind of how I felt as well. They're also doing this thing, which is, wait for it. They're going all in on this design of Donkey Kong, which is like not my favorite. This is like his design from the movie, right? Like Mario Odyssey is a good game. Whatever. I'm gonna be honest. My hype meter at this point is like back down to like a 2. I just don't like what they do with his character, man. I don't know. He's just they're trying to appeal to the kids. That's fine. They're trying to appeal to the kids. Will this be the best 3D Donkey Kong game to exist? Yes, but that's because the only competition was Donkey Kong 64. Am I personally like, oh boy, I need to buy this day one? No. Happy for the fans that wanted this, but I personally don't care. Yeah, it's just, it's hard for me to feel anything about that. But that's it. That's overview. about the Discord chat is very funny. The camera is the beginning of this entire demonstration was like, okay, this is very funny, and it's definitely a Switch 2. Questionable stuff is going on here. The upgraded versions of Zelda games is fine. I will unfortunately probably be interested in purchasing that. I'm still curious about Prime 4 and if it's going to be available on Switch 1 and Switch 2 same day or not. They didn't really clarify, but whatever. Pokemon, yeah, sure, it's a Pokemon game. Elden Ring, who cares? Honestly, blah, 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 blah. I'm honestly just like waiting for something cool to happen, GameCube games, that's fine. Like, it makes sense. Waiting for something cool to happen. Oh, wow, Deltarune's happening. Okay, cool, that's fine, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Fucking Gungeon 2, man. Why can't it be pixel art? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, yada, yada. Oh, wow. Silksong, that's definitely not happening. Anyways, moving on. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 10,000 times, shame on me, etc., etc. And then FromSoft hit me with a fucking nuclear blast that completely destroyed me. I'm watching this shit again. I don't care.
I give you my blood.
He can't keep getting away with this, man.
My life. Turn a wheel.
I'll turn any wheel.
Transport him.
Yep, I'll do it.
To a night of moonlight.
Sure, I'll do it. Yes, please.
To humanity's very dusk.
I don't know what any of that means, but I'm gonna fucking... We'll figure it out together. We get Bloodborne 2, and it's a Switch 2 exclusive, and it's the Duskborners. What is it called? I cannot tell you what this game is called. It's impossible to remember. It's the stupidest name. Fuck, it looks so good. Look at him, man. What the fuck does PvPvE mean? Is it like you have to be online and you have to do invasions? What does it mean, Miyazaki? What does it mean? Tarkov? Like an extraction game? No. That can't be right. And if they had that, wouldn't they just have NPCs in the game that, if you're not online, would take the place of invaders the same way they've done for like since Dark Souls 1? Like, if the whole point of the game is that you have people that are out to kill you in your world while you go through the world, just have invasions, no? It's peak. Nobody knows what PvPvE means in this case. We have to wait for Miyazaki himself to come down from heaven to bless us with the information, all right? And honestly, depending on how Night Rain performs will determine how I feel about the online features in this game, because FromSoft likes having weird, quirky little online stuff in their game. They have messages since fucking Demon Souls. They've had invasions since Dark Souls. Like, they want players to interact with each other online in very unique ways that flows into the game design of their games in a specific way. So I'm going to try and give him the benefit of the doubt. If they are designing it this way, there is a purpose behind it, and it will still be a good experience. However, I'm not going to lie, it sounds weird. But we're a vampire with a fucking gun rolling around in places that look like this, man. It has to be good. They got big titty fucking frog guy. Like, what is this supposed to mean? This looks exactly like you're summoning somebody before fighting a boss.
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon. As befits.
You get the double jump, and then you start, and then I started blasting.
That you are able, carrier of blood.
Oh, shit! Wait a second. That axe. Hold on, let me do a little bit of this axe sword. Looks familiar. We get to transform into a fucking T-Rex, bro. Or somebody else transforms into a T-Rex and fucking kills us. I'm not sure which. Either way. They got fucking gravity magic.
The moon tears will flow for one.
Oh, I thought it was this guy's axe for a second. So is this guy a werewolf, maybe?
Alone.
I think Pajama Sam might be a werewolf. It's fucking vampires versus werewolves or some shit. Available only on the Nintendo Switch 2. Unfortunately, I am buying a Switch 2, and it is because of Miyazaki. But at least I get to wait a year to figure out if it's worth it or not. Alrighty, that's the 2-hour discussion that I wanted to have with you guys about the fucking Switch 2. There's a lot of cool stuff. I hate to hand it to Nintendo. They unfortunately kind of cooked. They didn't cook. The meal isn't exactly what I wanted, but it is cooked pretty well. I'm not going to complain. I'm not sending it back to the chef, but they do have a dessert that I'm going to be waiting for in 2026, created by the greatest chef of all time, Miyazaki. And we'll see if it's good or not. I don't even know if it's good. I just know he's the one making it, and I said, yes, please. I will wait a year for that dessert. Yes, I will wait. Anyways, that's all I got. Let's go play Soden.